Are you planning eventually to sell it to other than nonprofits? Because this really sounds like a low-cost solution, if I may use that term, to the power challenges we face today.
You're absolutely right. One of the very exciting things about starting a company, and especially doing it with sort of a niche technology that hasn't really been explored before, is we're learning as we go. So initially, like I said, when I developed this idea, which was back in college, it was to help these sorts of projects, and it fits in there. But what we're finding almost weekly is that it fits in to other markets just as well. For example, schools and education here in the United States. For example, everybody knows about the green movement. Everyone is trying to be green. Companies are trying to be green, and very importantly, schools from high schools all the way to colleges are trying to teach green. And what that means, it can mean all sorts of things, but at the technical colleges, specifically, they're teaching how to install, how to repair, how to maintain solar technologies. Now, the challenge with that is that the typical solar installation of just having solar panels on your roof, it's very passive. So even if your school has solar panels on their roof, it's sort of just like drawing them on the chalkboard. They're there and you can look at them, but there's no really way to interact with it and get your hands on and learn with it, because all they do is sit there. A couple months ago, just before the turn of the year, I was talking with a teacher of mine who was a friend, and she said, "You mean if my classroom had one of your systems, I could take them out and the students could turn it and see what happens to the power? They could turn it away from the sun, watch the power drop. They could turn it towards the sun, watch it get more power. They could take it apart, put it back together." I said, "Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. I've never really thought about that, but you absolutely could do that." And she said, "That's a teaching tool that I, as a teacher, want for my students." So I've actually been talking